has a chance to be special this early.
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win the championship.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Misses off the left iron. Bogdanovich against George. Pass to Beverly. Passes it to Leonard. 5 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Leonard's got the first points on the scoreboard for Los Angeles. Pass to Young. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I briefly spoke with Lloyd Pierce. Asked about guarding Kawhi Leonard, he shook his head saying, "It's amazing how he's grown from college to now. One of the game's most complete offensive weapons. Kevin, the claw is really a tough task to slow down."
All right, thank you, David. Here's George after the made shot from John Collins. Here's Zubac. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Hunter. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Awesome concentration there. When Hunter's committed to scoring, he's hard to stop.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard to stop the run. Atlanta with the rebound.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Outside, Collins. Here's Young. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Here's Hunter. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
The Hawks leading by 5. Young dishes to Capella. Young drives in. Oh, that's blocked.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
The Clippers have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverly. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
And checking out the numbers for Trae Young. Good season for him last year. He was around 19 points a game, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
Now, here is Morris. 9-point game his last outing. The Clippers need to get off a shot. From deep, George, and again, no good by the Clippers. And Smitty with Beverly and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now, and it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
Here's Leonard following the bucket by the Hawks. Out to Morris. There's the pass to Beverly. To stop the drought. Good on the triple.
Strong three-point shooter throughout his career. Can't afford to allow Beverly much room from out there.
Al Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
Now here's Capella. 6-point lead. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Leonard. That one goes. Count it. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Bogdanovich passes to Hunter. Feeds it to Collins. Passes it to Capella. And the rejection by Zubac. Capella with the bucket.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Now here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Leonard looking around. Hunter grabs the miss.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Clippers trail by 11. Here's Beverly. And Leonard has it in the corner. For three. Another miss by Leonard.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Trying to break free. And there's Hunter on the assist from Young.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
LA is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Beverly, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. So many NBA players now have their talented children playing in the NBA or in college and will soon be in the NBA. Smitty, whose kids stand out to you as potential superstars?
Hey, Kevin, Dale Curry for sure.
No, wait. Okay, I could have gotten that one. Steph Curry. Who else, though? Who else catches your eye?
I think up and coming, LeBron's kid, Shaq's son, D-Wade's, and that's what you love. You see a lot of these guys, and it's great for me. I remember when they were little, Kevin, and now seeing them win in championships, being able to play on that stage is unbelievable.
The second from the line. And the last two drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks. So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now, here is George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Now, here's Hunter. He's tightly guarded. Collins up top. Outside, Bogdanovich. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 14. Good D by Bogdanovich.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's got 5. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
The free throw drops for Hunter.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisition.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well.
Here's Young after the Clippers pick up 2. Collins finds Bogdanovich. Pulls up on the wing, and the jumper falls for him. Bogdanovich has got 7 points in the game.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Outside Leonard. And he drops it in from the low post. He has 6.
This is what Kawhi provides. 100% of effort. Loves to take it right to you.
Outside Collins. Pass to Young. And it's sent back by Morris.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
And the Hawks making a change here. Gallinari's checked in. Shot from the inbound. And he can't bank that one in. Clippers trail by 14. Williams looking around. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Going teardrop, Lou Williams pulling out all the moves. He's got them.
Bogdanovich passes to Gallinari. Back to Bogdanovich. Clock at 6. From 17 feet out. And it's off the back rim. No good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
Nobody near Leonard. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And here's Gallinari outside. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Hawks lead by 15. The Clippers shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Williams passes to Zubac. Kicks it to Beverly. Back to Zubac. Up and in on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's 1:17 left here in the first quarter. And it's Capella missing.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Now, here's Hunter. Defended by Beverly. Kept alive. Capella kicks to Bogdanovich. Capella trying to free himself up. Great D that time from Leonard. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the pass to Williams. 34 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Williams.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Young outside. And the 3 off target. And so it's Williams who brings it up with the Clippers. 11-point game. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Seven seconds left to play in the first quarter. Young for 3. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Hawks, this has been the game they've wanted to have.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
In his rookie season, a rough start shooting the ball for Trae Young. He came on down the stretch in a big way.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
So here's Gallinari. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. And Jones slams it in.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
And some new records for Trae Young, the first rookie in NBA history with over 45 points and 15 assists in a game.
Kevin, also the 4th rookie since the merger to post 3 consecutive 35 points games. The others, Bernard King, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson. That's the company you want to be in.
Now Williams, after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Williams kicks to Zubac. To the middle, here's Leonard. And that one is off. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Hunter, no good.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's Leonard. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
So here's Gallinari. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Gallinari dishes to Young. Looking to end his cold spell. Atlanta again missing. Clippers trail by 5. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Williams kicks to Zubac. Shot clock at 6. Leonard on the wing. Over Hunter. And too long on the shot. The Hawks leading by 5. Here's Herter. Softly drops in the floater.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Williams passes to Zubac. He kicks to Leonard. Passes it to Kennard. Leonard on the wing. Good. Nice job down low. Leonard's got 14.
A lost art in this game. Terrific bounce pass.
Pass to Gallinari. Outside, Jones. Back to Gallinari. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And, Smitty, one thing I like about Gallinari, he's doing more things on the court as he ages.
I totally agree. He used to be out there only to shoot, but that hasn't been the case for a while now. Still scores, but his rebounding has improved, and he's done a good job of driving and drawing fouls.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media that's aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin. If you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans, it's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve. Leonard draws the double. Outside, Williams. Out to the right wing. That one's not going to go. Collins with some nice D. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Young passes to Collins. Young against Williams. 13 feet away. Young's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
George with the bucket.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Atlanta's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 5. The Clippers grab the miss.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Williams against Young. Right side, Leonard. And Jones sends it back. And he recovers it. And the shot goes in.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Young passes to Collins. Knocked away. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. There's the feed to Gallinari. To end the run. Offensive rebound. Jones. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now here's Williams. And Jones pulls it down.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
In the corner. Huerter with it. No good on the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Gallinari. Fires from the line. Rebound, Atlanta. Collins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 7 points in the game.
Even though he does a lot of spot-up shooting, Gallinari can put the ball on the floor and create for himself.
Williams for 3, and the 3 ball is good. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Gallinari down low, defended by George. And it's Gallinari missing. Los Angeles has gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the 2nd quarter. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Williams. And a change for the Hawks. Bogdanovich is checked in. Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Leonard. Over Gallinari. Los Angeles with another miss. The Hawks trailing.
You look at the Hawks franchise, moved to Atlanta in 1956. Since then, they've been unable to advance to the NBA Finals.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Patterson following the basket by Trae Young. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Jackson. Drops it in from 14 feet away. And the Clippers lead by 1. Now with Atlanta, I think they wanted a fresh start a couple years ago, Steve, rather than be a middle-of-the-pack team.
Yeah, and a primary way to acquire stars is to reboot, dump salary, and nail your draft picks. Then, once you have the young nucleus in place, you add the veterans.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Bogdanovich. Paul George making his last shot. He doesn't hit that one. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Yep, that one goes in there. Now it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Kept alive by Atlanta. Jones. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Now, here is Gallinari. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. The pass to Jones. Young for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
Let me tell you, off the catch, Trae Young transfers the ball into his shot pocket as quickly as anyone.
And George, here we go. He gets that one.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Now, here is Young. He's got 10. And Bogdanovich kicks to Young. Feeds to Jones. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. George passes to Jackson. .44 seconds left to play in the first half. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And this is where you want to see Gallinari if you're the coach. A knockdown shooter at the free throw line.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one. Free throw good from Gallinari.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Kawhi Leonard. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Molinari hits them both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jackson with the bounce pass. Morris into the lane. Here's Zubac. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
The free throw drops for Zubac. Young with the ball. Over Jackson. Here's Capella. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And what I love, there was no panic on his part. That's the steady pulse you want in that situation.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions, off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter didn't play out the way the Clippers had hoped. At their lowest moment, through a series of defensive lapses and shooting struggles, they were down a total of 16 points. Just nothing going right for them. Their second quarter, however, was a monumental improvement. Nothing could stop them. They strung together basket after basket and lead by 3 now at the half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, the offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, the reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'd be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely do. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Hawks, Leonard at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Capella in at the 5.
A two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
Now, here is Young. 2 points. That one goes. Young's got 12 in the game.
Unlike some great perimeter shooters, Trae Young is consistently probing for the best look.
George looking over the floor. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
Clippers leading by 3. Beverly the pass to Zubac. Kicks it to George. Pass to Leonard. Over Collins. Rebounded by the Hawks. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside. Capella inside. Working on Zubac. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 3-point lead. Just 5 to shoot. Outside, George misses the 3. The Hawks trail by 3. Outside, Bogdanovich. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Leonard, that's for 2. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Poked away. Capella kicks to Bogdanovich. For the lead. Pass to Hunter. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Clippers. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Short. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the New Orleans Pelicans. Young finds Collins. Knocked loose. Zubac the pass to Beverly. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Young taking his time here. For the lead, and the jumper is on the mark. Young's got 7 points here in this quarter.
When Trae Young is feeling it, he can rip up a defense. Quick release and a confident stroke.
Here's Leonard, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. Very sparing with his turnover.
That free throw good from Leonard. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Morris. That that one falls, so he hits both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And here's Young. He's got 17. Off target with his 3. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Atlanta with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. 5 to shoot. He kicks to Hunter. Here's Fernando. A 3-pointer, no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. It's stolen by Capella. And now here comes Young leading the break. Right side, Bogdanovich. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Outside, George. Leonard trying to break free. And it's George missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 27. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Young passes to Fernando. Back to Young. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
We call it off the bus range. Trae Young can shoot from the half-court logo with confidence.
The Hawks have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6 for 6.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Young. And that deep range opens up everything for Trae Young.
You have to take away his airspace, Kevin, as soon as he crosses midcourt. And with this tight handle, he punishes the defense when they apply pressure.
Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a change for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Bogdanovich.
One thing you can say about Trae Young, he leaves a huge imprint on any basketball game he plays.
Williams dishes to Leonard. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Huerter. The kick out to Young. Over Williams, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Young's got 11 points in the quarter.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Leonard. The Hawks have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Here's Huerter. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. The Clippers have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
Gallinari, he's checked in for the Hawks. Leonard kicks to Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. And here's George for 3. That shot off the mark. So Atlanta will take it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Molinari passes to Fernando. And he converts the layup. And the Hawks lead by 6.
And all second half, they haven't gotten stops with any consistency.
Pass to Zubac. Young against Williams. And he banks in the layup. Williams has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You see the toughness of Williams. Won't shy away from contact.
Here's Herter. Young with no one around. Wide open shot is on the money.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. And a missed layup.
And they continue to control the glass.
Molinari passes to Herter. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Crafty offensive player. Gallinari usually on the finishing end. This time gets it done with the pass.
Outside Williams. Here's Leonard. Rebound Atlanta. Here's Herter. He's got 6.
The 19th pick in 2018 out of Maryland. Kevin Herter with the positional size and skill to adapt well to the NBA game.
The Hawks have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And so he hits both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Clippers trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Williams. That's now 32 points for Kawhi Leonard. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And with that skill, Herter's a triple threat offensively.
Not just a standstill shooter. He can function as a secondary ball handler, creating for himself and others. That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
The Clippers shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Zubac. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Clint Capella. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
The first one falls.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Jackson, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. Skal Labissière's checked in for Atlanta. He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Young against Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Lou Williams. Last year, getting it done. Around 20 points per game last season. 5 assists and 3 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
And the first one drops. And so Young nails them both.
See, now he's getting defenders back on their heels a little bit. Getting to the foul line here in the second half.
George passes to Zubac. Outside Williams. A minute 20 left in the third.
Lou Williams has been a weapon off the bench for so long, and he has won 6th Man of the Year multiple times.
And for Lou Williams, he is just instant offense when you bring him, Smitty, into the game.
And a lot of that is just his mindset. Lou Williams, once he's checked in, he is attacking at every given opportunity. Not everyone can be successful off the bench, but Lou Williams has made a career of it.
Throw good, Lou Williams. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You look at the trajectory of Williams' career. 2nd round pick, started slow, but his game has aged like a fine wine.
Now, here is Young. He's got 25. Molinari passes to Labissière. Let's take a look at the players who are the best on the glass a season ago. 5th best, Clint Capella.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Shooting 2.
First one falls for.
At 6'11" and about 225 pounds, Labissière is a long guy, someone who uses that size to his advantage.
Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for the Hawks. Both shots good from the stripe. 1:03 left in the third quarter. To the paint, here's Williams, and he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got 11 points.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Capella, the pass to Young. Count the basket and the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
And that one falls for Young. 46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, George. That three off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Molinari finds Capella. Gallinari against George. From 15 feet away, and it's Gallinari missing. Clippers trail by 6. George passes to Williams, and it's in there. He's got 13.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Now Young puts up a 3. It's off. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
And we have to give him props. It's rare these days to see someone dominate the glass so single-handedly.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Gallinari attacking, 11 feet out, and he hits it. And the Hawks lead by 4. And here is Los Angeles now. Jackson passes to Zubac. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Back to Jackson. Outside Williams. It's good from long range. Williams has got 11 in the second half.
Awesome scoring effort from Lou Williams tonight. Showing once again when he gets on a roll, he can carry you.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Down low. Here's Labissiere. Goes back up. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in.
What's up?
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. George passes to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Outside George. Unloads from 13. Here's Zubac. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And you can just see by the way he fought for the putback that he's still got a lot of gas in the tank.
Flat out effort play right there. The kind that can be the difference between a win and a loss.
Now here's Bogdanovich. Now here's Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Gallinari against George. Over Gallinari. George, no good.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
And the dunk by Capella. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 15 rebounds.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Paul George. Labissiere in the high post. Dishes it to Gallinari. Paul George with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And it's George finishing it off.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here's Bogdanovich. Lays it up off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 2.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taken advantage of what the defense allows.
Zubac with it. And here's Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. And Labissiere sends it back.
And like how aggressive Labissiere is on defense, using that wide frame to turn back shots.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Young. The pass to Capella. From down in the low post, it goes. And now a 4-point Atlanta lead. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. From 11 feet away. And Labissiere sends it back. George against Bogdanovich. The rebound by Paul George. The Clippers have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Morris finds George. Now here's Beverly, defended by Labissiere. And here's Morris for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Morris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Atlanta's shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Young outside. The shot, no good. LA's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. To take the lead, Jackson misses. The Hawks leading. Bogdanovich looking around. Young with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Young's shot is off. Clippers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Oh my goodness! What a play!
Unbelievable! Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here is Gallinari. Back to Labissiere. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Hawks lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Jackson has the open look. No good on the triple. The Hawks shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Gallinari, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Here's the thing. Gallinari's a tricky cover. One year, he went to the line more than 8 times a game.
shooting 2.
That free throw good from Gallinari. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Los Angeles. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Hunter's checked in for Labissiere. Gallinari hits them both.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. The shot will not fall. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Here's Hunter. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's good, and the Hawks lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Lloyd Pierce talked with his team during that last time out. This is a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Young's got 30.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's George. Back to Beverly. Young with the steal. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Okay, incredible body control. The will to complete the play. Young with the potential and one.
Free throw good from Young. And here is Los Angeles now. George finds Leonard. George against Bogdanovich. A baseline J, and he knocks down the jumper. And that's now 17 points for Paul George.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the fourth quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Now, here is Gallinari. Buries it from three-point range. And the Hawks lead by 7.
And you can see they're waking up after what was a sluggish first half for them offensively. They've been much more accurate from the field since halftime.
Here's Leonard. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Young passes to Capella. Here's Bogdanovich. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Elbow shot is on the way. Good D by Bogdanovich.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Collins is checked in. Clippers trail by 7. And the Clippers call time here. Outside Leonard. Inside Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. The Hawks leading by 5. Young inside. He's guarded by Williams. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And that's 19 points for George.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now, here's Collins. Young for 3. Connects from three-point range. Young's got 8 points here in this quarter.
We saw that coming all the way. Trae Young just doing what he does best.
There's Williams. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
As the game tightens, I like Lou Williams' mentality. Never gets too high or too low.
Young against Williams. It's good. Young's got 38 points.
He has really come into this second half on an absolute tear. Really impressive effort from him so far.
Williams against Young. Shoots from the elbow. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut back down to 4 points with the basket from Williams.
He is so comfortable in this area, something Williams relies on, the mid-range.
Now, here is Young. He dishes it to Hunter. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Nobody near Williams. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Game on the line. You need a guy who's willing to step up and deliver that sweet loot.
Young with the ball. Williams picks him up. It's good.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Leonard. Over Hunter. And it's Leonard missing. Hunter with it. Working on Zubats.
And what a terrific job he's doing tonight. No trouble going in there among the trees and pulling down monster rebounds.
It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Young against Williams. Now, here is Young. Defense right on him. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. A shot off that time. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Danilo, transition, big for your team. I assume that was a big focus tonight.
Yes, we want to run, and that's what we have to do every time. So that's what we did, and we played a great game.
Gallo, thanks very much. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Brent, 2 explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, Kevin, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at the time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not those kind of screens, but if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I can see the bruises. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Capella in at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here's Collins. He's coming off a 28-point game against New York.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
High arcing shot in deep. George drops it in.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Back to Young. Hangs in the air, and the layup is up and in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
George against Bogdanovich. Shot from 16. Jump shot is good that time.
Well, when Paul George has that kind of length and then has the high release point that he does, very few people are going to get to it to block a mid-range jumper like that.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And, guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one, seriously put on a passing clinic.
Here's Beverley following the basket by Trae Young. Now Beverley. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, some people looking at Atlanta and their situation in terms of the rebuild and wondering what direction they will go. They've made some pretty solid picks. Got John Collins at the 19th pick as a foundation piece, and then obviously drafting Trae Young and Kevin Huerter, relying on shooting on the perimeter, and things moving along swiftly in Atlanta.
Here's Bogdanovich. The Clippers getting the bucket. Pass to Young. Banked in off the glass. Young's got 6.
Ridiculous handles there. How effective is he at creating opportunities?
And John Collins, Brent, following that late in the first round, shows you how deep that draft was.
Some people thought it was going to be a slow rebuild in Atlanta. They've made some pretty good picks, grabbing Collins, as you mentioned, and then last year picking up Trae Young and Kevin Huerter in the draft and relying on some shooting. That number 19 has been pretty lucky so far for the Atlanta Hawks.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times.
Oh, the power on that Pruden!
Unreal. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
And Young kicks to Bogdanovic. Back to Young. It's hauled in by Beverly.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Great dribble move there. Kawhi using refined ball handling skills to get wherever he needs to on the floor.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Beverly. To the middle. Here's Morris. Zubac trying to break loose. And he overshot that one, missing. Hunter with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Basket, good.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
Here's George. Collins grabs the miss. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 2. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success. Just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now, here's Hunter. Pass to Collins. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. 6 to shoot. And here's Young from the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And the rejection by Collins.
Good timing defensively. Collins just up there, the long arms, and quick off the deck.
And Young, here we go. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Leonard. And the layup's good off the glass.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
Now, here is Young. 8 points for him. That's good from Collins on the assist from Young.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. One player who's on his mind in this matchup is Clint Capella, an extremely mobile and athletic 7-footer. Coach said he's a star in his role, defense and vertical spacing. Kevin, we'll see how they handle it.
Thank you, David.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Beverly looking around. Outside for George. George double-teamed. Dishes it to Morris. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Leonard fires away from outside. Can't connect from long distance. The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Bogdanovic finds Young. Over Morris. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Leonard dishes to Morris. Atlanta with the rebound. Now the pass to Hunter. Back to Bogdanovic. to the left wing. Hunter, the pass to Young. Over Beverly. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Clippers in the lead. Outside, George. The Clippers keep it alive. Zubac's no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
George hacks a two-pointer, rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hunter kicks to Young. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Young's got 13.
You start getting the feeling that Trae Young is going to be one of those guys that once he gets into his three-point motion, count it.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA. Brent, what are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like?
Yeah, what's their chemistry like? Exactly.
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. And a change for the Hawks. Gallinari's checked in. Here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Here's Bogdanovich. Paul George making his last shot. Shot's good from Young.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
Outside Williams. Passes to George. 6 on the shot clock. Over Bogdanovich. And it's George missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Alice position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Gallinari kicks to Capella. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Over Morris. Bogdanovich, know what?
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Leonard against Gallinari. And it's Leonard missing. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. George against Gallinari. Bogdanovich wide open. No good with the triple. The Clippers trail. There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game. Williams with a clean look. Los Angeles with another miss. Pass to Gallinari. Shoots over Leonard. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Drills it from outside. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Trying to improve every year, that's the goal of anyone in the NBA. Bogdanovich has great fundamentals to be able to do that.
Now, here's George. 10 points for him. Young with the steal. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. The feed to Collins. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard, that's for 2. That ball's nice feed that time from George. That's now 8 points for Kawhi Leonard. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Capella. He kicks it to Gallinari. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Outside Williams. The pass to Leonard. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Leonard.
Well, the wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Young against Williams. Young taking his time here. Over Williams. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Right back after this break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me in my darkest days. I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and has not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for Atlanta, Young and Huerter make up the backcourt. Gallinari is out there with John Collins, and it's Capella in at the center position. Here's Huerter. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing, 4 on the shot clock. Fades away. Here's Young. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Young's got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks. George against Gallinari. George passes to Zubac. And Capella sends it back. In the corner. Huerter with it. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Here's Young. Following the score by Lou Williams. Shots good from Young.
Yeah, the threat of Trae Young, we talk so much about gravity in the NBA. It's unlocking some other scoring options. Strong take.
Now here's Williams. Here's Leonard. No good. Collins with some nice D.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Here is Williams. Gallinari making his last shot. George, no good.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's Williams. Buries it down low.
Delicate with the floater there, up over the top. It's like Lou Williams has shot that one before, Kevin.
Young against Williams. Gallinari outside. Shoots from 12. And good that time. Gallinari's got 4 points this quarter. Clippers trail by 7. And the Clippers call time here. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide player, but right. You know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. George with the ball and guarded by Capella. And the Clippers miss again. The Hawks leading by 7. Gallinari against George. Jones, the pass to Capella. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Herter. Patterson defending. Jones from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard's got the ball. The shot's good from Kennard.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Here's Herter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Young outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Yeah, I'd be aware of Paul George, especially when he's that close. How about that throwdown?
Now, here's Capella. Tipped away. Paul George with the steal. Here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Capella. Young with the ball. Leonard picks him up. And Young, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 21 in the game. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Leonard. Back to Patterson. Outside Leonard. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Herter passes to Capella. Back to Herter. From deep 3-point range. Offensive rebound. And it's Capella missing. The Clippers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Young against Williams. Passes it to Leonard. Over Jones. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Williams. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers. Young passes to Capella. Patterson bringing the double. Pass to Capella. Jones, no one around him. 3-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Back to Williams. Pass to Kennard. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Lob pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herder's pass leads to an open look.
And the Clippers call time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Bogdanovich is checked in.
And a brief check of the stats for Williams. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 20 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Leonard, no luck.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And a miss there on the triple.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Here's George. Ready by Bogdanovich. The Hawks leading. And here's Gallinari. He has 7. Young outside. Down low. Here's Jones. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists tonight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, here's Patterson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard against Jones. George looking over the floor. Fires from deep. That shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter. Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim. Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Bogdanovich dishes to Jones. And here's Young from the arc. Drops in the tray. Young's got 24.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Bounce pass for Williams. Here's Leonard. The 9-footer's on the mark.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Capella. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Capella, the pass to Jones. The Clippers grab the miss. Outside Leonard. Williams in the post, defended by Young. Williams can't get it to go. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Gallinari. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Fantastic attack by Gallinari. Once he realizes the defense was cheating up, took advantage of it.
Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the 3-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. It's a 5-point game. over George. They get it back. Jones, the layup off target. LA's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Williams. He's got 6, and Jones sends it back. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. This goes against Atlanta. Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And what sets Lou Williams apart right now is his confidence. This guy is a gunner who comes in and believes that he's going to score. He often does.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Marcus Morris comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Kennard. And a change for the Hawks. Hunter's checked in for Clint Capella. He hits both from the stripe. The Hawks leading by 5. To the paint. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense.
Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
The free throw drops for Hunter.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
So he gets them both. 27 seconds left now here in the second. Up top, Leonard. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's Young, stolen by Jackson. Leonard on the wing, takes the 3, gets the three-pointer to fall. And now just a 2-point Hawks lead.
Now, Kawhi does damage from the mid-range and from the inside and gets challenged to make threes, but he can do that too.
Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, I like the effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you work at it.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, a lot of their points came in transition. They dictated the pace of the game. It was a fast pace. Put the defense back on its heels. I say keep attacking the second half. Do not slow down.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Clippers trail. They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Paul George is aggressive. Look at his eyes right now, focused on scoring, and he sees the open path and gets right there.
Now, here's Collins. And here's Young from the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
That's something I think Paul George in the offseason is really working on, just pulling up off the dribble, maintaining great balance. Very few flaws in his offensive game.
Beverley against Young from 13, and the jumper is good. Young's got 26 points.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
George against Bogdanovic. Outside, George. 5 to shoot. On deep. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got 11 rebounds in the game.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Now, here's Hunter. Kicks to Young. The Hawks working the ball around. And here's Collins from outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out, hammers that one home.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. And there's the pass to Hunter. Collins dishes to Capella. Passes it to Bogdanovic. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Morris.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Beverley finds George. And dunks it right on top of Trae Young. Wow!
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like the defense was ready for the move, but Paul George had a little something extra for him.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Bogdanovic. Here's Capella. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way?
What an impact.
Massive.
Yes.
And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team is about, but really well thought out player development and stints for guys on their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. That's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take the necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
let's take a look here.
Showing for him last season. 15th in rebounding, and he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage, able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. Now, here's Collins. Back to Capella, outside Bogdanovich. Count that one. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Pretty smooth screen and roll there. Got to be up on Bogdanovich.
Clippers leading by 3. Now Beverly. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's got 5. Pass to Young. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Here's Capella. It's held in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Here's Bogdanovich, and the rejection by Zubac. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Clippers leading by 5. Leonard on the wing. Back to Beverly. Zubac trying to break loose. And that one's good. Beverly's got his 3rd basket of the night. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. He dishes it to Hunter. Outside Collins. The pass to Fernando. Here's Hurt. Clock at 6. Over George. Atlanta again missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Beverly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
The first free throw is good.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
Both free throws good from Beverly. You know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
There's some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional career. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Hurt. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
He's just a great finisher on the inside. John Collins, one of the game's better dunkers.
And you pair Collins with a passer like Trae Young, look out.
Yeah, you get him the ball around that launch point where he can get his feet together, and Trae can pretty much throw it anywhere. Collins last year a top 20 player in field goal percentage as a roll man in pick and roll situations.
And he knocks down the first one.
John Collins and his versatility are very, very exciting, not just as a scorer and a rebounder, but defensively as a shot blocker and a versatile, switchable defender.
And so Collins nails both of them.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.